Acculturated prostitutes treat marriage and relationships, they even treat men in general, like an extended hoe date. When a hoe has sex with a trick, whether it's in his car or behind the building or in a 5-star hotel, whether it's for a night, whether it's for that nut, or whether he's wealthy enough to pay for her for the weekend. Do you know what she considers that? A date. They're acculturated prostitutes, so they treat their marriages and their relationships like dates, and they treat their men like tricks.
I'm poly as fuck, y'all, but I know that many of you don't understand what that means. So I'm going to draw you a diagram to explain what my life looks like as a solo poly person. So I am at the center and I am my primary partner. There are people who I'm exploring, people who I'm dating, my friends with benefits who I'm romantic with and sexual with, my lovers who I'm sexual with, my partners who I'm 10 toes down with, satellites who come in and out of my life, and playmates who I play with in the kink and swinging spaces. My life is filled with so many beautiful people who love me, care about me, and all of our relationships are slightly different, but the love is the same. And when it comes to my sexual partners, of course, I am protecting myself by getting tested regularly. I'm currently on PrEP, and I give my partners my test results, and we talk about what our sexual experiences are to make sure that everybody involved is protected. Because if I were to do like other lines from certain partners, they have connections too, wives or husbands or other partners that they interact with. So yes, it looks like a lot. Yes, I can keep up with it all. Yes, I have calendars. Yes, I make time for all of them. Yes, we communicate. That's a part of me.
Hello, my more brothers. Back again on this Black Pill Gnostic page, talking about, as we all talk about, black female fuckery. And this is a follow-up to the Black Pill Daily I did yesterday, talking about acculturated 304s in American society. Now, I ran across this video. Shout out to Imprints that sent it to me. And this is a black woman talking about how polygyny is actually good for you. Or what do they call it? Polyandry is actually good for you. And she talks about how many partners that she has. And she shows this diagram of her, how can I say, instead of a whole map. She shows a diagram of her whole map. And she tries to make it sound like it's very logical, very safe, very sane. She almost sounds like a porn star. That's what it kind of reminds me of, where you have to get tested and everybody has to constantly get tested because you're actually connected and contacted to like 40, 50 different people. And we don't even know about the people on the outer branches, as you see in the map, how many people those folks actually are involved with. And this is how diseases spread. That's the first downside of it. But I'm wondering, how is this different from being a prostitute? I mean, you might as well go ahead and charge for it if you're going to do it this way. Warren Bowen's Pimp God said, all dating and girlfriend and even marriage to these women is just simply an extended hoe date. So all this is a hoe date. They're there to extract resources out of you in exchange for sex. And this woman has broadened her net. I'm sure that she's not just having sex for just pure sex. I'm sure she's having sex not to just enjoy it. I'm sure she's having sex to get and gain resources. I don't know any woman that's actually going to give up sex without resources. Even this polyandry type setup. So I'm not surprised that we're going to see this. And this is something that's promoted not just by white feminists. Black women, this is a black woman promoting this. This is a black feminist promoting this. Black intersectional feminists that is actually promoting this. And I talk to clients, man, and young clients, and this is what's going on. No wonder brothers are checking out. No wonder guys are saying that this is not worth the squeeze. No wonder guys are refusing to take these chicks on $100 dates, $200 dates, whatever, to get to know you kind of stuff. It's purely transactional. And on the surface, I would say it's a bad thing. I do for the society, it's a bad thing. You look at Suki Hana, you look at Sexy Red, you look at Megan Thee Stallion, look at all these people in whore culture that are preaching whore culture. You know, I don't think I even saw even a rapper or even even an R&B singer. You look at the Baileys, right? Chloe and Halle Bailey, they're singing hoe songs. They've embraced this whore culture. You have Halle and Chloe Bailey that are upper middle class chicks. You can tell by the way they sit. They're upper middle class women. And they're trying to be acculturated prostitutes, acculturated 304s. And it's pervasive throughout the whole society. So this is just one example. She's just being honest with them big old titties. But you can tell she's articulate. She's not untrained. She's not uneducated. She's not a gutter chick. She's not an 85. She's more like an 89. She might even be a 92. I doubt that she's a 92 because she wouldn't be on TikTok spreading the word, spreading the gospel. But this is what it's coming to. This is the way things are going. So you can't stop it. My thing is go ahead and accelerate and let it hit bottom. Let the price of punani and vagina drop to zero. Although nothing absolutely drops to zero. But let it get as close to zero as it can. So to where with punani and sex from a woman is actually worthless. Because most of them aren't good at it anyway. It's just starfish sex for the most part. And make them bring something else to the table. Which is something I went through in the crack era, right? Where sex didn't drop to zero, but it dropped 90%. To where you could get better sex on the corner from a chick for $5 than you could go get from a chick that you took out on a date. You can get them same 20 minutes from a chick for $5 or $10 that you couldn't get from a woman taking her on a $100 date. That's how bad it was. So I tell you, I'm not a saint. I'm telling you, I was out there on the street and I've done it multiple ways with women. Multiple ways. Trust and believe. I've been taken care of by women. I've taken care of women. I've done the family thing. I've done the trick thing. I've done the girlfriend thing. I've done everything in between. The only thing I didn't do is go to those swing parties, which I was invited to by, 4 or 5 women that invited me to get into that lifestyle. It just wasn't me. But this is where we're headed. Good thing I'm not young. Good thing I'm not young. If I was back in my 20s, I'd be going through them. I would be going through them. So there is a grace and there's a blessing of aging out of the system. And I think this is one of them. And I feel for you brothers, man, for you boys, for you young guys, man, trying to get decent wives out of this batch, man. And the batch continues to get worse. Now, this is basically whole math on a whole map. And a woman is trying to make hoeing, acculturated hoeing, into something noble. The sad state of affairs. As Rhyme says, they're not even proper hoes anymore. That's how bad it's gotten. I talked to one brother. He told me the exact same thing, banging this chick, and she was poly, and she went both ways. She had men, she had women, she had everything in between. A lot of these chicks, man, what did it say? 26% of black women actually identify as bisexual or fluid. That's how bad it's getting. Remember, one brother told me a long time ago, 5-6 years ago, that a lot of these chicks out here, you talking about 90% of these chicks out here were fluid. I said, man, it's way too high. I said, more like 10. But the last survey I saw, 26% of black women identify as bi or fluid. That's how bad it's going to get. And how about the other half that not even admitting it? That are doing this, and are doing this with more than one partner. I feel for you, brothers. But this is just a short hit, and I just wanted to touch base and get back into this black female fuckery. This is awful. This is awful. And I know why the young brothers are saying the juice is not worth the squeeze, and I don't want to be a part of these chicks. You know, on the one hand, they want to put you on a roster, not them being on a roster. They want to put you on the roster and demand resources out of you. And then when they get mad, then they want to bring in this "I was forced to do" shit. That's why a lot of brothers are bowing out. But we have given the gynocracy, the white gynocracy, way too much power. And at some point, it's going to have to be taken away. Otherwise, this society is probably doomed. Not just the black one, the whole one. They say when the white folks get a cold, we get the pneumonia. The reverse also happens. If we get infected and they let it spread, it's going to spread to them. It already has. You know, the only thing when white folks are not socialized to put up with this. They have no clue how to deal with this. And it's going to get a whole lot worse before it gets better. Anyhow, let me get off of here. This is BGS out, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.